Well, it's a lovely sunny blue sky Wednesday morning, and yeah, Chanya's off work again today, but again, more running around for the bureaucracy of Thailand. Today we're doing our Thai license renewal. That's renewal for the motorcycle and the car, and I'm completely out of my knowledge depth on this one here. Last time I did the license when I first arrived here in Thailand, I used an agency based out of Pattaya, and TikTok services. She ran through the whole gauntlet, did all the paperwork, made it really easy, paid her the 5,000 baht, and it was all done. There is a video early on in the piece, not quite sure which video number it is, probably video number 10 or 9 or 11 or something. That's when we did it last, and they issued both the licenses, which was the car and the motorcycle license. That's another thing that we don't really talk about too much. When you are getting your licenses here in Thailand, there's a car license and there is a motorcycle license. Not like in Australia where the car and motorcycle license combine into one. And again, there's a big push on at the moment about not having a motorcycle license, not having a car license and all that sort of stuff. And from what we also understand, sometime next year they're going to bring in an over 400cc motorcycle license. So there'll be more about that sort of development as we progress into next year. Anyway, for now, Chanya says, well, when she got her motorcycle license end of last year, because she's 34 years old and never had a motorcycle license, figure that one. I've ridden my motorcycles all life. Oh my God. So she says when she went to get her license, all she had to front up there was with her Tabian Barn, which is her, in her case she's Thai, so the blue book, and her ID card. Did all the necessary stuff inside and they issued the license. Anyway, I've got my Tabian Barn, I've got my foreigner's ID card, I've got my existing licenses. She was applying for a new license. All I'm doing here is renewing. So I really don't know much. I found some information on the process. I was worried about medical certificates and all that sort of stuff. It says nothing about that. But again, it's not an official website. And this seems to be one of those lacking subjects. So hopefully this video here will clarify, obviously, our little process. And I don't know how transportable that is between provinces. We are on the very outskirts here of the Bangkok province, but for some reason we're actually going to go to Nakhon Pathom, which is the next province west. So again, I'm not really quite sure why we do that. I would have thought that we're in this province, we have to go to the province that we reside in, but she tells me no. So anyway, we'll find all these things out today, and maybe there'll be another video tomorrow if we get it all wrong. Who knows? Anyway, stay tuned and we'll catch up with you shortly. And today we have manual navigation. She doesn't even give me the GPS location, so she's going to have to tell me where we're going today.
Galway.
Which way? Go which way?
Near Wat Lai King.
Wat Lai King?
Near Wat Lai King. I told you before.
Okay, it's near Wat Lai King. I know where Wat Lai King is, so that's a good start. So we'll see you when we get there. Well, here we are at the provincial office of the Land and Transport Department up near Wazza King in Nakhon Pathom. First impression was it's nowhere near as crowded as the place in Chonburi we went to for when I got my licence transferred from an Australian international licence into a Thai licence. It actually looks like quite a new office. So here we are. Yeah, there'll be a map pinned down below for you. Well, as I said, we just do a pan around. It's not busy at all. So I mean, if all goes well, we might be in and out in no time at all. I would also guess there's no filming inside, so we'll have to just tell you how things go. Okay, so I needed a translator for this one because it's a provincial office. Got everything I need apart from one thing, which is a medical certificate. Now, I do remember sort of seeing a video that Ethan put out last year that he also needed medical certificates when he did his licence. So I don't think he was doing a renewal, I think he was just getting his licence. But it looks like you also need to have a medical certificate for your renewal process as well. So we're just now going to go off and find a doctor to say I'm healthy, and we'll come back.
Yeah,
Doesn't look like it's a big queue anyway, so we should be in and out today. So it looks like we've arrived at a hospital just on the other side of Wazza King. Again, I'll drop a map pin down below in the description box for this as well. It's flying by the seat of our pants, and Chanya doesn't really know what she's doing, but she's asking questions, so that helps. Okay, so the hospital there has got a queue that's probably 2 to 3 hours long. All the sick people. All I want is a medical certificate saying that I'm healthy. So she's my baby. She said, let's go to another clinic. You only need to get certificate, you're not sick. So I'm just being led around this one here. I said I would have, personally I would have made all these plans before I start. But I said, we're doing it the Thai way. Not sure, why didn't you have a certificate when you got your license? You not need certificate?
I don't know.
When you go last time, did you have doctor?
Yes, I think so.
Why didn't you not tell me? We could go
I
and
don't
doctor.
know. I don't know. I think too in the Thailand had to change all the time.
Yeah.
And maybe next year have change
Have
for
changed
ID
it.
card or big buy.
Yeah.
All the time Thailand can change.
All the time. See,
Sometimes
even the Thais say, every time. It's always changing. What can you do? That's not foreigners have to deal with this stuff, it's the Thais have to deal with it as well. That's a good thing to remember. So here we have a little clinic that doesn't look like it's a big queue. It's okay? So we dropped in, they took my ID card, paid 80 baht, and they got a certificate. Pretty much all they did there was ask for, I'll say to you when I get in the car, it's a bit too noisy. Yeah, so they went in, they took my ID card, they processed the ID card, then they asked me to sign something in Thai, right? They actually wanted my signature in Thai, and I says, I can't write my name in Thai, so blue finger, I got a thumbprint instead. Oh my god. Anyway, so I did that, they took my blood pressure, and pretty much that was the end of the consultation. In and out in like 10 minutes, rather than waiting 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours at the hospital. Anyway, so we go back to the Department of Land Transport now. Yep. Okay, so see you back there. So here we are back again at the Land and Transport Department. Yeah, so I will drop a list of all the things we have to deal with here at the end of the video, just so we've got a sort of a bit of a record for anybody else that has to go through this little challenging sort of process. And again, reiterating the fact that seriously, it's a smoke and mirrors act. Even the Thai people really don't know what's required to renew their licence, which also sort of seems to go hand in hand with the fact of why so many Thais don't actually have a licence, because they've never had to deal with it. You know, they just get in a car or they get on a bike and they just ride because, you know, it's been a sort of a bit of a sort of slap hazard sort of approach. But now there's a bit of a crackdown, and you know, it's all a mystery, and they're all discovering the fact that you've got to do this and you've got to do that. Why I couldn't find a website that really had all the points needed, again, another mystery. But again, there's sort of the little challenges we have to deal with when we live in Thailand. Hopefully this video will help you, you know, when it comes to your turn for your renewal process. But other than that, yeah, so the clinic in and out, pretty much no drama. Yeah, that's what I said. Had to thumbprint because I couldn't sign my name in Thai. Wow, this seems a bit archaic, but hey, such is life. These are sort of the challenges we deal with every day here living in Thailand. Okay, so we have all the right paperwork, but as soon as we start the process of paperwork and he looks at my ID card, he says, you're in the Bangkok province, you can't do your renewal here in Nakhon Pathom. So a Thai person has no problem doing their renewal in any province, no matter where they live. But if you're a foreigner, it looks like you have to do the renewal in the province that your ID card is in. Talk about sort of, you know, double standards, but hey, well, so I don't even know where we've got to go. So it's lunchtime now, so we need to obviously sort of, you know, analyse the situation, right, and we may have to do a part 2 of this thing here, but we'll see. Okay, so where we've actually ended up now is actually the same motor transport department we came to when we did the paperwork to sell my M-Sloughs, well, Chanya's M-Sloughs, the one that I rode. So yeah, obviously this is the Bangkok province. Now we'll see if we can actually get in today. You know, it's gone 1:30, so I don't know what time they close here. But as I said, if we can't get in today, we'll have to be back here tomorrow. Of course, we've got all the paperwork done now, so it should be a bit easier. But yeah, and in we go, in we go, in we go. Well, that ordeal is now finally over. Oh my God. Yep, so just quickly flash them. 2 new licenses, so there you go. And they're 5 years, so I don't have to worry about this whole thing for another 5 years. Oh my God, seriously. Talk about paperwork and photocopies and things like that. It is ludicrous. Oh, Bob. Hello, oh yes. Hello. Oh yes. Love dogs. Yeah, so what do you need? Right, here's the wrap up. We're on our way home now, of course. But the wrap up, yeah, so I needed, right, basically each license is considered a separate license. So when I sort of say photocopies, because I'm doing, what do you call it, a car and a motorcycle, I had to have copies of everything for each license. You know, there's no duplication within the system. So you are applying for a car license and you are applying for a motorcycle license, which means double paperwork. Oh, let's get this car started up and oh jeez, no, you can't come with me, Dan. Yeah, so I have a Tabian barn, I have the what they call foreigner's ID card. I had my existing licenses, which were the 2-year that I got when I first arrived. I had to provide photocopies of the yellow book twice, photocopies of the ID card twice, photocopies of my existing license for each one, front and back, photocopies of all the relevant pages again in my passport. That was obviously the picture page, the original entry stamp visa page, the TM6, and the what they call the extension page, as well as obviously the original page that has the which has the original visa on it, one that I got issued in Australia. What else was there? There was a medical certificate. Although I had to have a thumbprint when I was there, I don't know what was going on there. They said sign in Thai. I don't know how to sign in Thai, but they made me sign it in English here, and then we had to photocopy that as well. So there was the medical certificate. Yeah, that's a list. Yeah, that's all the things that were needed here. Other than that, it was just the running around. You know, like I said, we're running out to Nakhon Pathom because that's where Chanya got her license done, right? And so you got to ask the question, well, you know, why did we have to come to Bangkok? We could have saved a whole lot of time if we just came here straight away. But again, so I didn't know I had to come straight here. You know, I was going on all the information that I had at hand. She doesn't, you know, like this is again, it's our Wednesday together, and quite honestly, for the last 2 weeks we've done nothing but bureaucracy running around. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap it up here. We've got music in the background here, which is probably going to distract. Let me just turn that off for a second. What else are we going to say? Oh, I don't think there's anything else to wrap up on. We're pretty much the last person out of the door. It's now just turned 3:30 in the afternoon, so it's again a good waste of a day. But as I said, we don't have to worry about it for another 5 years. Actually, when I say 5 years, we've got something coming up next year, which is this new big bike motorcycle license, which has still not been ratified yet. So we'll have to come back here for that when that process is finalised. But outside that, you know, as I said, the licence is good for 5 years. So I don't have to worry about that colourblind test. Yep, forgot to tell you, yep, I had to do the eyesight test. There was the one with the dots on the chart. I think I showed you that before. It actually was a different chart this time, and the red and the green were even a closer shades, which really made it hard for my, you know, my mid-due turn issue. I'm sure I can get a medical certificate that sort of exempt me from that one, because it really doesn't bear any relevance to the you know, driving. Whereas the new test that I had today was they got this little thing where you put your nose against a flat board, and there's a light on either side here, and they change the colours, and so it's you're just saying red, yellow, green, yellow, red. And they're sort of, you know, testing it, but of course those lights there are actually illuminated lights, like traffic lights, or like you know, the lights you find on the backs of cars, you know. So I don't have a problem sort of picking those colours, and got that test no problem whatsoever. So it's just, you know, with me it's that circle chart is a problem, because it's just a problem. They're using two tones of red and green that are too close for my deficiency in the colour blindness. But outside that, you know, and of course there was the stick one. We have to level up the stick as well. Did that one no problem. You know, so I could shoot, you know, the wings of a fly at 20 paces. You know, trying to sort of work out depth of field is not a problem with my sight. It's really just you know, I'm one of the 10% of males in the planet that have a colourblind deficiency. Not that I can't see colour, I just can't see certain shades of colour. And most people don't understand that who aren't colourblind. I'm sure that if you get somebody in Parliament or somebody in government that was colourblind, they'd soon change that law. We'll find out another way of getting that test passed. But as I said, don't have to worry about it for 5 years, so we'll see what happens in 5 years' time. Anyway, I hope that was helpful for you guys. Don't forget there's that like button down here. Hit that like button, guys. Share the video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll catch up with you later. Bye for now.